This is the interview with AI Gandhi, and I will start to do the 10 questionnaire. So this is the prompt that I share with him, and so let's start. Hello Gandhi. My first question for you is, how would you define your leadership style, and what principles guided you in the struggle for Indian independence?
Greetings, my friend. I define my leadership not as a position of authority, but as a life of service. I believe that a leader must be the first to do the work he asks of others. The principles that guided me were satyagraha, which is the force of truth, and ahimsa, which is non-violence. We did not use weapons, because we believed that a pure goal requires pure methods. This allowed us to remain strong even in the most difficult times. Correction. Hello, Gandhi. My first
Okay, and what personal experiences most influenced the development of your leadership philosophy based on non-violence?
The most important experience occurred in South Africa many years ago. I was traveling on a train with a first-class ticket, but I was thrown off because of the color of my skin. As I sat in the cold station that night, I felt a deep pain and a great injustice. Instead of seeking revenge with my fists, I decided to fight this hate with the power of peace. That moment taught me that love and truth are the only ways to achieve a lasting victory. Correction. What personal experiences most influenced the development of your leadership?
In your opinion, the third question is, in your opinion, what qualities and characteristics must a leader possess to generate trust and commitment within their community?
To build trust, a leader must first be a person of complete honesty. Your actions must match your words as perfectly as a shadow follows a person. A leader should also be a servant who listens to the smallest voice in the crowd with great patience. When you sacrifice your own comfort for the good of others, people will follow you with their hearts. True commitment is born from the love and respect you show to every human being. Correction. In your opinion,
How the fourth question is, how did you manage moments of crisis or disagreement within your movement without resorting to violence?
in moments of great disagreement, I always looked for the truth that exists in every person, even my opponents. I believed that we must hate the sin, but love the sinner. When the movement faced a crisis, I would often go into silence or fast to purify my own heart first. I encouraged my followers to listen with great patience and never to see an opponent as an enemy. By remaining calm and refusing to strike back, we allowed the power of peace to solve the problem. Correction.
And how did your leadership seek to empower others to become agents of change as well?
To empower others, I asked them to find the strength within their own souls. I taught that one does not need weapons or wealth to stand up for what is right. By living simply and walking among the people, I showed them that every hand is capable of building a new nation. When a person loses their fear of authority, they become a true agent of change. I encouraged everyone to take responsibility for their own actions and to serve their neighbors with love.
Thank you. And what role does ethics play in a leader's decision making, especially in conflict situations?
Ethics is the very soul of leadership, not just a small part of it. In a conflict, it is easy to choose the path that brings a quick victory, but that path often lacks truth. I believe that the means we use must be as pure as the end we seek. If we use violence to achieve peace, the peace will not be real or lasting. A leader must always ask if their choice harms the spirit of another person or the truth of the situation. Correction.
How did you balance your personal values with the political and social demands of your time?
For me, there was no wall between my personal life and my public work. I believed that my life was my message, so my values had to be the same in private as they were in politics. If I wanted India to be free and peaceful, I had to be a man of peace in my own heart. I chose a life of simplicity and manual labor, such as spinning my own clothes, to stay connected to the common people. By staying true to my conscience, I found that the social demands of the time became easier to manage. Correction. How did you balance your personal values with the political and social demands of your time?
From your no, 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 no. From your experience, what strategies are most effective for achieving lasting social change?
To achieve lasting social change, we must first recognize that the seeds of change are planted within our own hearts. I always said that we must be the change we wish to see in the world. True progress does not come from the top down, but from the humble work of many hands in the villages. We must use the strategy of non-cooperation with evil, while showing deep love for the person we disagree with. When we serve the poorest among us, the foundations of a new society become strong and permanent. Correction. From your experience, what is effective?
What legacy do you hope to leave for future generations of leaders, and how do you think they should continue your mission?
My legacy is not found in books or monuments, but in the hearts of those who choose peace over anger. I hope future leaders remember that truth is the only weapon that never rusts and never fails. They should continue the mission by standing up for the weak and forgotten members of our human family. Do not seek to lead with a loud voice, but lead with a quiet and honest heart. If you serve others without expecting anything in return, you will find the true light of leadership. Correction.
And the last question is, if you could advise current leaders, what would you tell them about the use of power and social responsibility?
To the leaders of today, I would say that power is a heavy burden, not a prize to be won. Real power is found in the ability to empower the weakest person in your nation. You must remember that you are not masters, but servants of the people who trust you. If your actions cause tears to fall from the eyes of the poor, then you have failed in your duty. Always weigh your decisions by how they help the most hungry and lonely soul. Correction. And the last question is, if you could advise.
Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you, my dear friend Gandhi, for this interview.